What's up, guys? Joel VALLIE. Welcome to Media Glitch, where we review the good, the bad, and the glitchy. You remember that? Remember when we used to say that?
I haven't heard that in a minute.
It's old school, man. That's old school. Man, with me, of course, I got Dylan the Villain, and I got Dustin Bones here.
That works.
Yeah, you like that? I'm coming up with nicknames still, you know?
Got it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's on the maybe list.
That's on the maybe list?
Yeah.
Old Dustin Bones here. We'll see. If it sticks, who knows? We'll see. But we have an interesting game that was sent to us, and I'm actually going to jump in on this review a bit. But Dustin, what's the name of the game? I mean, Dylan, the villain.
Dylan the Villain, yeah.
I am on it.
Name of the game, Speed Brawl.
Speed Brawl.
Yeah.
Do you know the company?
It is Double Stallion.
Okay.
It's $19.99 on Steam. Publisher is Congregate.
Okay, awesome. So, what's this game about, Dylan? Give us a scoop, man. What's going on?
Yeah, let's dive right into the story of Speed Brawl. So Speed Brawl, it takes place in the setting of kind of like this this British town who's been invaded by these aliens, the Selenites. These kind of like space age looking bugs, creatures, insects of sorts. They have totally taken over the planet, and they had a giant war to kind of take back their planet. So you can see here from the little intro video that's about to play, this is their battle that took place. And it kind of spurred an industrial revolution after they conquered all the Selenites.
Okay.
So after they came down and invaded the planet, they kind of settled down for a little while, but people became restless, and so with the spark of the Industrial Revolution, they kind of used Speed Brawl as a way to kind of let off steam. So the most elite,
Should be called Steam
bravest, fastest, strongest people of the society participate in this tournament called the Speed Brawl, where they go and they fight these Selenites that were remaining from the invasion. So you hop out of the gate and beat them up.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
I got some chance to play Speed Brawl. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to cover the gameplay of this game. So let's look at the gameplay. Now, first of all, the idea is kill everything on the screen as fast as you can, because there's a timer and you need to get there. You'll lose if you don't, you win if you do, right? So that is the premise, and you get gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals, depending, and that'll unlock rewards. You can pick your guy, what color you want. You'll get 6 guys in all, but you start off with 2. And so, it leaves a trail. You got special moves, you got dodges, you have player assists. Those are your life bars, but right there, that bar right there, that's kind of like your power meter to do your power move.
That's my favorite bar.
Yeah, once that's charged, you can do your power move. You can instantly charge it if you do a good dodge. And so there's also assist attacks that you can do. There's a lot of stuff that you need to learn. Right here, that's by your little icon there. Once that's full, you unleash hell, right, on these people and just wipe out everything. And it's a great move, right?
It's so cool when it happens.
It is. It's really cool. It's very, very rewarding. And so you can also have environmental attacks where you use different environments. There, I'm using the Rock, of course. Not Dwayne Johnson, but The Rock, you know. If you like pole dancing, you got some of that as well. There's other moves. You can use the wall to attack. You can also, yep. There's also, well, here's one of my complaints about the game is it's floaty controls. It's a little bit floaty. So I'm like I just want to kill this dude, and I'm having a hard time getting there.
I have the same complaint.
And it was just like, oh my goodness. So in the control department, that was my biggest complaint. Now, as you beat the levels, your fame level rises. You get different chests depending on if you got a gold or silver. And those chests are gonna unlock armor. You got gloves, you got boots, you got, whatever. And it's kind of fun just kind of trying to find out, okay, this one would be the best, and this one would be the best for them. You can also go to a store, you can buy it with cash that you earn. Honestly, you probably don't even need to buy it. You're going to end up unlocking it in your adventures. So there's also skill trees for every guy, and that basically you can buy more life, you could buy more endurance, you could buy more speed. Whichever route you want to go, you use your fame points, I think, right? When you get the fame points.
Correct. So a lot of variety.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. The codex, you can see gameplay concepts. You can also see your brawlers, the story behind them. Again, I've only locked 3 at this point, but You can see your enemies, who you're fighting against as well. And I believe there's another one. Oh, your gear.
Yep.
So if you're going for 100%, you kind of know where you sit if you've gotten all the gear and stuff like that. So there's some stuff here to do for sure. They also have challenges where you can do pole dancing extreme.
Pole dance is the
And
best.
they also put other little challenges as you get higher up in the levels to keep that interesting. One thing I will say, man, there are times I would, especially in multiplayer, I would lose where my guy is. You know what I mean? Like it gets so crazy and hectic. Like someone tell me, where's my guy? Oh, there she is. You know, like that was one of my complaints about that. There's 4 levels that you can unlock. Each level has multiple levels within the levels. You know,
Right.
kind of like Mario World 1A or
Right.
whatever. And so this is another complaint I have: loading time. This is real, okay? And this is a real problem because it's called Speed Brawl, and I'm sitting here waiting, and it really puts a damper on the feel of the game because you wait all that time, then you wait in a cage, then you wait for an announcer, and then finally you go. That's way too much time, and it slows down the pacing of the game. That's called Speed Brawl, and it's so fast, and you're into the next match. It's crazy. Here we have the internet. I tried to connect to rooms. I tried to join rooms. I tried to make my own rooms. I had no luck. Did you have any luck at all?
No.
Or did you? You probably didn't even check.
No.
Right? I tried to join public games, and this is all I got. Right here was this little warning you're going to see. No public party found. So, internet, I can't tell you guys what the net code's like. I can't tell you what that looks like. I don't know if there's lag, slow down, if it's fun. Who knows? I don't know. So that was kind of my complaints. So in the gameplay department. So.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree. I have similar complaints. The controls are rather floaty. The ground combat feels amazing, feels visceral, like when you're mashing those buttons and getting the kills. Feels amazing when you get those combos, but all of a sudden you get that one flying unit that's stuck in between the two platforms.
Yes.
And when you're trying to jump and land on top or down below, it's just like, come on. So they're a
It
little
does.
bit too done with work on that.
Like if you can catch the air combo, you're good.
Yeah.
If you drop it, man, you're gonna waste a ton of time
Yep.
trying to get back there. So it's just too floaty.
Yeah.
Too floaty, the controls. But the actual like gameplay and stuff was really good.
Yeah, actually, everything else was great. I love the swap between the different characters. Mid combat, you actually get a speed boost whenever you bring somebody in. They just slam into the guy you're fighting, and you start wailing with them.
The controls look really responsive
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very.
it's very dash in combo system, like and then start the combo.
Yes.
That's a key to this. So
And each one of your characters actually has a separate special ability bar. So when you can swap them out to get that timing correct. When you
Exactly.
see one's filled up, swap to the other one. Use that special ability. That's how you speed brawl.
Oh, that's really cool.
yeah, that's speed brawling, kids.
Yeah.
So, you sir.
One more thing we could talk about is the couch co-op. Kind of in some ways this is a lot of fun, but it does make the game a little trivial in some places. When you play with a friend, the game definitely gets a lot easier. So keep that in mind too. If you're having a hard time, bring a friend in, have some fun. Moving right in, let's take a look at this game's beautiful aesthetics.
Okay.
Because it absolutely nails it. From the background to the foreground to the color palette to the characters, everything just is like seamlessly woven together and looks great. The knowledge and information that's available to you on the screen is clear. I like the way that the different attacks come in. They each have their own animations that are beautiful and gorgeous.
It's very well animated.
Well, even that opening story.
You see that crazy combo I just did there? Is insane.
It was all right. I mean, I tried not to put all my awesome ones in, but whatever.
Whatever. I mean, just wanted to include that. But even then, when you're taken out of the game and you're taking a look at these characters when they're talking to each other, they're drawn and animated very well. There's not much in the way of voice acting for the game, but they do kind of have like mumble speak as it is. But I enjoyed the aesthetic of the game. I think it all ties together really well. What'd you guys think?
It reminds me a lot of like Skullgirls,
Yes.
like the animation
I
and
agree.
the style, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, that game's gorgeous too, and I mean, I think that's definitely a draw point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think one of the last things I want to take a look at is the music of this game. Let's just take a listen, and then I'll comment on it. Sorry. Yeah, dude.
We're just having.
That's rocking.
Yeah, it was rocking.
Rocking.
You like that?
I dig it, honestly.
Rocking and rolling.
Yep.
Down to the beach house strolling.
How else are you gonna speed brawl? You're gonna speed brawl at anything less
Yes.
than some rock and roll?
And I will say this, and I think you agree with me because I think we talked about this. The title screen music, though.
Is the worst.
Oh my goodness.
A little.
Oh my goodness.
A little butt rocky.
No, it just feels like they threw together the song in like 2 seconds. They're like, all right, let's record it in the studio.
That'll work.
It doesn't rhyme. It sounds terrible. This is just the intro music when you first load up the game, by the way. I don't know. To me, it's so
But
cringy.
I will also say that, and this is with the graphics too, because you're on the same level until you open up a new area, and by the time you open up that area, you're ready for another level. It's gotten old a little bit.
Yeah.
And the same with the music. You're gonna hear that music we just played.
Yep.
Until you make it to a whole nother area. So it's a while, you know. So hopefully you do like it, because if you don't, you got a long time with it. That being said, the music during gameplay was very well done.
I listened to a lot of the soundtrack,
Yeah.
and I think all the music is pretty great.
Spot
I
on.
did notice though, there's a little melody that repeats a lot in the music.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I know what you're talking
it
about.
is straight up ba da ba ba ba. I'm loving it. And not to say
Are you loving it?
I'm loving it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very McDonald's, and it's straight out of that jingle. I mean, it's catchy, but man,
Yeah.
I kept hearing that. I'm like, McDonald's?
Yeah.
And-
there's something familiar about it, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it is McDonald's. I couldn't place it. But if you placed it, cool.
If you're playing it and you're starting to feel hungry.
Now,
you
before
know.
we cut to commercial, I want to know what your final thoughts are. It's a $19.99 game. Is that worth it to you?
I think for what it honestly brings to the table, $19.99 is a little bit of a rough price point. I would say around $15. I'd be a little bit more interested in the game. That being said, $19.99 is fairly fair on most accounts. It brings it for the graphics, it brings it for the gameplay, and you know, for the most part, it kind of even brings it with the sound. A little bit of improvement there, then you have a well thought out rounded game, and it's great for co-op. You know, you're gonna have a lot of fun playing this.
We
with your
streamed it
friends, so.
together.
Yeah.
And I will say this. When you came over and you're like, oh, let's do Speed Brawl, it's awesome. And I said, I hate this game.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then,
was like, oh,
and
let's
then
do
him
that.
and Miranda played. And one thing I noticed was like, Miranda, who didn't even know the controls, they were doing great. And they were
Gold
doing
medals.
gold medals. So I called in, after my kids went to bed, I woke up my little 7, 8-year-old, and I said, dude, come here. Come play this with me, I got a review. And we were killing it. It's very imbalanced in that aspect where the one player is insanely hard. If you're having a hard time, you know, get your little 6-year-old to help you.
Right. Because I think and I'm not for certain on this, but I think the time clocks are generally the same. They just throw a couple extra enemies at you. But if you had 2 people,
Yeah, and you can revive each other.
Yeah.
Which is another thing you can't do with one person. So
and really it's like 4 because you know each of you can swap between your second character.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
so like this was my feel of the game. I hated it, then I loved it, and then it started to get old once you get to the higher levels. Like, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. Is it worth $19.99? My honest review for you guys, it's close. But to me, it's not. I agree with Dylan. It's probably about a $15 game. I mean, there's some really amazing games for $20. But graphics, music, it's good. It's a good game. It's well produced, and they did a great job. But price point. If you can wait a little bit on sale, 20% off, something like that, pick it up. So that's it. That's my review, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dylan, for your portion in this review as well.
Glad to be here.
And Dustin, thank you. And so if you're watching this on TV, we will be back after this commercial break. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I just want to take a minute and thank you for watching that video. We really appreciate it here. I just want to thank all of you guys for the support that you have given this channel. And I also want to thank our Patreon people. Special thanks to them for helping us get some of the items that we have on our sets and things like that. We really, really appreciate you guys. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And there's some videos up here. Maybe you guys want to click on one of those to see what else we have in our library, our video library. And also, I just want to say, please share this content on social media. Get the word out there. We just want Media Glitch to grow so we can do bigger and better things. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate it here. I'm speaking on behalf of all the staff of Media Glitch. We'll see you guys.